Hi there, it's Sharon Waxman, the editor of TheWrap. I'm here at the TheWrap studio at the Toronto International Film Festival and delighted to welcome Julie Delpy.
Hi, how are you? Thank you
Good,
for
nice
having
to
me.
see you. Nice to see you again. Julie's here. Julie, you're here with your new film, which you wrote, directed, and star in, called My Zoe. That's quite an accomplishment, quite an ambitious thing.
Yeah.
And it's also quite an intense film.
I decided, I wrote it, it took me some time to get the film put together financially and everything, and I wanted to explore something else than, I've done a few comedies, mostly as a director, and I was really interested in, actually I've always written dramas as well, but they have never been made yet, so, I was interested in actually making a drama as well, And a drama was a bit of a twist,
So give just a quick synopsis of the film, because most of our viewers haven't seen it yet. So what's the story of My Zoe?
It's set in 3 acts. It's a drama with a couple separating and kind of losing sight of what really matters, and kind of so caught up in their, anger, etc., etc. And something happens, something tragic happens, and then what unfolds is kind of difficult to talk about because it kind of reveals the twist in the film. But, it will be the journey of this mother who decides to not go the conventional way and deal with loss a different way than most people would.
Right. So we're talking about, we should say, Zoe is your daughter in the
Yes.
film. It's a lovely actress.
Lovely, wonderful. So
And
happy.
so something terrible happens with her, and it's so much about a mother's unwillingness to
Give up to
give up on a child, to accept fate.
Yeah, accept fate. It's always been kind of an obsession of mine, and it comes from a long time ago. Even the very first spark came from discussion I had with Krzysztof Kieslowski in the early 90s.
Who you were in
who I
his
worked
film?
with,
Was it
yeah,
you in White?
Yeah.
So happy I remember that. Very good.
Great memory. But he was a special person, and he was very obsessed with fate, as much, even more than me, I would say. And so this idea of going against fate has always been kind of in me. I don't know.
Just go back a second. What did you talk to Krzysztof Kieslowski, the great Polish
director?
What a great artist, right? What was the conversation that stuck with you that made you think, I want to write about fate?
No, just that he was, we were talking a lot about writing, and because he was very supportive of the idea of me becoming a director. Unlike some people that were like, "Oh, you're crazy, you're a woman."
That's fantastic.
Just stay pretty, just stay pretty, be in front of the camera, and that's it. And he was actually the opposite. He was friends with Agnieszka Holland, so you already had this great friendship with a woman director and stuff. So he was very, very helpful, and it's more the spark of the conversation about, he was really intrigued by the fact that I was talking about how do you make a film that goes against fate, and he was someone that was obsessed with fate, so, it's kind of, that was the conversation. I'm not exactly sure what spark. It was a spark, and then the idea really came clearer to me when I had my son, because suddenly the incredible existential fear that comes with becoming a parent is just something that kind of took over me and made my life not impossible but complicated, and I think it's in all of us in a way, but some people are kind of brushing it under the rug, and some people don't want to deal with it, and some people just live with this anxiety,
So this constant fear that something might happen to your child.
Yes.
Right.
But also I think the film, more than what the ending could be, a futuristic side to it and stuff, there's also something, I think the film is an allegory in some way on child custody battle. And, in a way what happens is kind of because to me, child custody, being a parent that's taken when your child is taken away from you, part of the time, part of your parenthood dies in a way. and part of this child is not yours anymore. And in some way, I wanted to translate with this allegory of what happens in the film, the pain, the real pain that someone goes through a child custody battle. And it's because a realistic film would have been not enough to describe the pain.